So it's been a bit of a false start for Blackburn Rovers in the Championship, but this weekend we go again, but this time it's all about away days, boys and girls, as we head down to London to take on Fulham. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. This time, take a look at Blackburn Rovers' first away day of the 2019-2020 Championship season, and it's up against Fulham at Craven Cottage, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep your bang out of date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, whoa, football related, all here. Under my ruskies. That's right, boys and girls. So, yeah, let's go cracking and take a little look at this in a bit more detail as we edge closer to kick. Obviously, it's still a couple of days away. Transfer window still wide open, but the game will take place right here at Craven Cottage with Fulham, the hosts. Obviously, they started their season just like we did with a big fat defeat up against a new boy into this division. They lost to Barnsley. We'll talk more about that in just a second. But yeah, Fulham, Craven Cottage, 10th of August. It's a special day for me on a personal level. So, tip my hat to my mother out there. Celebrating, I'm sure she will be. Scotty Parker is the man pulling the strings for Fulham. Their danger man for me will be Mitrovic. Obviously, again, a bit of a false start for him, goal-wise. Last season, they finished 19th in the Premier League, and they got themselves relegated. Obviously, their record against Rovers is quite a big one. 91 games played between the two sides. Rovers have won 38, Fulham 28. There's been 25 draws between them now. The last two matches, more in favour of Fulham. Obviously, we didn't play last season because they were in the Prem de la Prem, but the season before, or the season, it was actually a couple of years back actually, because when they were in the Championship last, we were in League One, so we have to go back maybe 2 years. So 2-2 draw at Craven Cottage and a 1-0 loss at Ewood Park for Rovers. Now this season, obviously 10th of August, the first game. The second game, when we bring it back to Ewood, will be in the new year, 8th of Feb. Yep. So let's get cracking and take a little look at the possible starting 11s. Now we're going to take a look at suspensions and injuries and all that kind of good stuff. Fulham currently have no suspension, so besides a couple of injuries, it's a full roster to choose from. Lazar Markovic is out, though, and Ryan Sessegnon could be out with his hamstring injury, but he could also be on his way to probably Tottenham. We'll have to see what happens with that deal. Obviously, transfer window wide open. These guys, he's been linked with Spurs for about 2 years now, but this could be the week that he makes the move. If not, I'm sure they'll be back again in January. But Ryan Sessegnon, key player, I can play anywhere down that left-hand side. As for Rovers, no suspensions either. Williams, Hart, and Davenport look to be out for this one. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look at my expected 11. So it's going to be pretty much as you were for Fulham in the last game. Bertolini between the six, Bryan at left back, Marchand, Mawson, and Odie as your back four, with Kearney, Johansson, and McDonald in a three-man midfield. Caballero made his debut on the weekend. Kamara on the other side, and Mitrovic down the middle. It's quite an impressive trio up there, and there's goals in them for sure, and I'm sure in front of the home faithful they will not disappoint. As for Rovers, yeah, we could see some new faces this week. I bloody well hope so. But Walton should remain in goal. Bell, Lenihan. For me, Mulgrew's lost the plot in the last game, so Adebayo should get a debut. He's got a week or so to train with his new faces, so hopefully it's good enough. And Nyambe should be at right back. Yes. Johnson and Travis were phenomenal in the defeat against Charlton. Daki boys should keep his place within 11. But this time I'm going with Big DG up top. I think Graham and Dak, there's still, that connection is still there, and we need to take advantage of it right here and now. We need to bounce back and hopefully cause a surprise and give Fulham a bit of a rude awakening in this division. But it's going to be a tall order. Downing did okay in the first half for me. He flung the ball around like no man's business, and that's what he's there for. He keeps the ball, he makes the passes, and he looked the part. Armstrong, again, caused some problems for Charlton, but to little to no avail. So, he offers that bit of pace and energy. Brereton might get the nod instead. You'll have to wait and see. Rothwell as well is pushing for a start. And again, faces could arrive. Now, the Who Scored, I've kind of summed Rovers and Fulham's, or broke them down a little bit, and this is their strengths and weaknesses according to Who Scored. Fulham's shooting from free kicks, aerial duels, and protecting the lead. As for Rovers' strengths, shooting from free kicks as well, aerial duels, and protecting the lead, but also stealing the ball from opposition. As for our weaknesses, a lot more weaknesses for Fulham compared to Rovers. Again, from the first game of the season, finishing scoring chances, avoiding fouling in dangerous areas, defending against through ball attacks, and defending against skillful players. We have struggled against the offside decision, basically getting offside, defending against long shots, and finishing scoring chances. Fulham's style, they like to play down the left and play aggressively against. They say that Fulham's opponents like to play aggressively against Fulham. As for Rovers, we have to control the game, play good down the middle. Let's keep hold of the ball. We have to provide a lot of crosses and all that kind of good stuff, which is a turning point for Rovers. So it's good to see. It was just so disappointing that we kind of dominated the game, possession-wise, chances-wise, but ultimately we just didn't put the ball in the back of the net, which is frustrating. What else have I got for you now? Okay, a quick rendezvous of those results for you. Obviously, Fulham opened up their account with an away day to Barnsley, and they lost 1-0 at Oakwell. So good start for Barnsley, bit of a sham. It's a false start for Fulham, and I'm sure they'll get their shit together in no time. As for Rovers, again, we slipped up at home. We're supposed to be making this a fortress, but that is not acceptable. I think we need to, if we can rectify and get something from this game at Fulham, be it a point. I think we can consider the past week or so, 2 weeks of the season, an okay start. So yeah, because I did anticipate a defeat here at Fulham. So anything more than that, and we should be. Should turn the mood around, because the mood right now, despite it's only a game into the season, the mood around Ewood and the fans is of disappointment. I'm sure if we came back and held on for a 2-2 draw or a 1-1 draw, it would have been a little bit disappointed. But ultimately, to unbeaten, lose your record day one, it's frustrating. But hey, it's Rovers, boys and girls. We haven't done it for 10 years anyway. Quick look at the fixtures up ahead. For Fulham, obviously, take on Rovers this time out. Then they take on Huddersfield in front of the cameras on the 16th of August. There's a London affair against Millwall on the 21st of August before taking on Notts Forest on the 24th of August. Cardiff wrap up their next five-game streak at the City Ground, again in front of the cameras. As for Rovers, we do take on Oldham next week, Tuesday 13th of August in the Carabao Cup. Then we take on Middlesbrough back at Ewood Park on the 17th of August before we're in front of the cameras against Hull City on the 20th of August. And then we'll wrap up the streak up against Cardiff. It looks a bit strange, doesn't it? We both start up against each other. We both end our campaigns up against Cardiff, but we play a game more than Cardiff because of our Carabao Cup excuses. Quickly, the stats here for you. Nothing to get excited about. Just one yellow card between the two sides. Yes. So what else have we got for you? This is the state of play with the table. It is early doors, but as it stands, we are 16th. And Fulham are 20th. Now, the reason that we are above Fulham is because we scored a goal, be it a big fat OG. So currently Leeds and Sheffield Wednesday lead the line. Quick look at the goal scorers as well. There's nobody breaking out of the pack just yet. Just one goals, or players with one goal to the name. Hernandez, Basson-Balonga, Lucas João, the £8 million striker. Yep, he's in there. And Shinnie, young Andrew Shinnie. I wouldn't say young, but from Luton is in there with the assists. Now these are the next games coming at you out in the Championship, and it is some big ones in there as well, some juicy ones. Obviously, the main game is right at Craven Cottages, Fulham against Rovers, but Leeds to take on Nottingham Forest. That's going to be a tricky one as well. Cardiff take on New Boys Luton. Obviously, Cardiff stumbled to a defeat, or did they lose to Wigan? Well, let me go back a hair here. Yeah, they did. So Wigan picked up the victory last time. We do have a Northwest crunch clash between North End and Wigan. Sheffield Wednesday take on Barnsley in a bit of a Yorkshire affair. What else? We got Hull City taking on Reading as well. So yeah, there's a whole host of fixtures. Obviously, it's a full roster of fixtures. Quick look at the form books, and again, we can't read too much into these as it stands because it's only day one, and we still got, because I am recording this on Monday, Derby and Huddersfield to play. So the form books will have a little bit of a different effect when you look at it on Friday. But yeah, obviously, it's basically split down the middle mostly, with Millwall and Luton, the only game being Middlesbrough and Luton, the only game being drawn on the first match of the season. So that's the overall form. And there's Rovers, and there is Fulham 16th and 18th. As for the home form, obviously we started at home, so we're 7th. Fulham are 23rd, but they've not played a game, so realistically, I disagree with that. They should be flip-flopped because we played one game at home and lost it. We should be more towards the bottom. As for the away form, its roles reversed a little bit. Fulham are 11th, Rovers are 21st. Quick look at the breakdown of the matches between the two sides over the years. We've played each other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 over the past 6 times. Rovers have actually won 3 of them. Fulham have won 2 of them, and there's been 1 draw. And the last draw was the last time that these two sides duked it out back at Craven Cottage on the 14th of March. Conway with a penalty and Lucas Jow scoring lastminute.com. I think this was our relegation season. It was too little too late. Mowbray wasn't charged back then as well. And the game before that on the same season, Tom Kearney struck late as well, the 94th minute. Obviously ex-Rover. That didn't go down too well. Season prior to that, 3-0 win at Ewood. Marshall with the goal, Duffy and big bad boy DG. So he knows how to score against them. Again, same season, Fulham had their own way at Craven Cottage with a 2-1 win. Musa Dembele, McCormack on the score sheet for Fulham, and Jordan Rhodes on the flip side. Again, season prior to that, Marshall Rhodes were victorious as Rovers came out top 2-1 victory at Ewood. McCormack the consolation for Fulham, and then all the way back at the same season, taking on Fulham at their place, and we won 1-0. Big bad boy Jordan Rhodes. Now the last 6 games at Craven Cottage look like this. It's not great for Rovers, just 1 victory, 2 draws, 3 wins for Fulham. We go all the way back to the Premier League days with Damien Duff scoring a brace against Rovers in a 3-2 victory. Ruben Machina in there. Yep. Some old names which we'd love to have back in their prime. But yes, folks, that is all I have for you as it stands. But don't worry, folks. We've got a whole week of build-up for Fulham up against Rovers over the next couple of days. We're going to have fans from each side of the fence, a Fulham fan and a Rovers fan, coming in and giving their verdicts on the match. You can catch them right here on Blackburn Rovers. And of course, on Friday, we'll get Cast the Cat's opinion on the match. She started with a shitstormer against Charlton, but hopefully she'll bounce back and get the prediction right this weekend. And speaking of predictions, I will let you know that I've also got my own predictions for the Championship, for Matchday 2 on the channel as well. So make sure you stick around and check that soccer out. But all in all, that's pretty much all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the thumbs up. If you do, smash a subscribe. New videos pretty much every single day. My take on this game, it's going to be difficult. Obviously Fulham coming here, Premier League quality throughout the team. But on the flip side, a ropey start against Barnsley, who were a League One team last time out. Scotty Palmer's new to this division. Mowbray's been there, seen there, and done it. And last season, we kind of gave a lot of the bigger boys a run for their money when the chips were down a little bit. We gave Leeds a run for their money at Ellen Road. West Brom as well. We gave them Derby. We gave them a run for their money. Can't remember the Villa games, to be honest with you, but you know, we gave the bigger boys who were expecting a walk in the park a hard game. So hopefully we can get that mentality as well. But to be honest with you, I think the next few days are going to be massive. Division-wise, the transfer window's still got a lot petering around. If anything, the game against flipping Charlton on the weekend clearly shows our defensive frailties, which we all know, the fans have known for years, that we have massive defensive frailties. We continue to play. We continue to be stubborn and blindsided by the fact that we don't have any centre-backs realistically on the books. Lanahan has kind of converted into a centre-back. Williams played a little bit there towards back end of the season, but that's not the answer. You need a tried and trusted mid-20s player who's been there and done it a little bit and can kind of come in and grab the scruff of the neck by these boys and take command out of that back line. Walton's supposed to be the answer goalkeeper, which, to be honest with you, I don't know yet. He had a bit of a nightmare show in his first game, but it is teething issues. But starting the month of August with back-to-back defeats is not great. And you never know. Before you know it, at the end of the month, we'll come around and we're in shit zone with 0 points on the board. So, yeah. The first point and the first victory and all that kind of good stuff needs to happen in quick time if the mood's going to change around Ewood Park. And to be honest with you, I think we also need the signing of a centre-back would go a long way to changing that as well. Anyway, folks, that's all I've got for you. Until then, I will speak to you very, very soon. Enjoy the build-up to the match right here on Blackburn Rovers season. Until I see you again, ciao for now. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.